Sinbad, Volume 9, Night 70, Ray of Hope. How did the talks go with King Rashid? Were you able to figure out a way to get Mr. Sinbad back? What should we do? Please, tell us, Mr. Jafar. Please, gather everyone here. Huh? What's going on, Jafar? You're acting strangely. Oh, he's going to speak. There's something I must tell everyone. I was unable to get any sort of clear advice from King Rashid. But King Rashid seemed like someone we could count on. What can we do on our own? There's nothing left to do but give up, huh? No. Please, calm down. It's true that we don't currently have a way out of this situation. It's natural that you feel that we've run out of options. But please wait. Before you give up, please think back on all the things we've suffered through. We faced unjust debts and bankruptcy. Our leader was taken from us. We've been driven into a corner. We lost. Thanks to our leader's sacrifice, our company survived through all of this unharmed. Even now, we can continue with our business as usual. But as we carry on peacefully, Sin is spending his time as a slave. Can't just overlook such horrible injustice. If we don't have a plan, we should mimic them. Wait, what? They're gonna mimic? We can retaliate by using the same methods that they used. Retaliate using the same methods? Are you saying that we should drive their company to bankruptcy? Yes. You're going to trick the Merrydale company. We don't have the ability to do something like that. I know. And if we fail, there won't be a way out of it this time. That's the risk we'll have to take. It's wrong of us to risk the company that our leader fought to protect for the sake of helping that leader. But I can't just carry on here at the company as if nothing is wrong. After all, a Syndric trading company without Sin just isn't the same. I feel the same way. A company without that man isn't really our company. The one who gave a bandit like me an honest job was Mr. Sinbad. I also don't think things are right without him. Without our leader, everything seems meaningless. We've already gone bankrupt once. What's left to be afraid of? I refuse to stay defeated forever. Our feelings haven't changed from the very beginning. Let's say the head of our company. Like, oh, Jafar's like tearing up? Huh? Jafar. Oh, they all believe him. Go back room for scrolls? Alright. Now we have to figure out a concrete plan for how to deceive them and force them into bankruptcy. First, the assets of Merrydale Company. Make it one of the most prominent companies in all of Riem. Like, what are they gonna do? Our company isn't capable of a transaction on a scale large enough to put those assets at risk. However, if we could find a way to interfere with the commodity that brings in the majority of their profits, their slaves, then we just might have a chance. But slaves are expensive, and the market is restricted. There's no way we can just show up and expect to take part in it. Huh? We can't deal with slave trafficking. The slave market isn't something we specialize in. Even if we try to make that even if we try to make that sort of deal, the other party would know we were lying. There's not really much for us to do, huh? Well, we are diplomats, after all. Okay, what are they gonna do? That's right. Plus, they're probably on the lookout for some sort of retaliation from us. We'd definitely be found out. Are we out of options? If only Sinbad was here at a time like this. Vital, huh? But isn't that true? It's because we had the trust of Sinbad the Dungeon Conqueror that we were able to do all our business up until now and gain our customers' trust. The whole reason Syndric Trading Company was able to grow was because Sinbad was here. Trust. That's right. Even without taking a risk. If we have that, we can get to the heart of our opponent. That's right. That's what he meant. Everyone, I've come up with a plan. Rocker flying. Okay. I get where Sinbad is. Ah! Huh? What's he doing? Picking up Sinbad from the floor? Huh? Don't make more work for me, Sinbad. You good for nothing? Huh? That's enough. Take this. Oh, the chain? You can at least do that much. Take those slaves to the back. Like, huh? If any of them acts strangely, report back to me. Taking a single final line. Mother, or father, mother, I want to go home. Blink. Got a little girl who's coughing. A child? Huh? She got a fever, huh? I didn't notice because you were distracting me from my work. Treatment? What are you saying? That's... Huh? Is work going smoothly for you two? Oh, they made her. Yes, everything's going well. I'm glad. Why's that child here? Well, Sinbad brought her here. He said that she's got a fever and that we should treat her. Huh, Sinbad did. At that time, fear began to grow inside Sinbad. It's afraid? This was the first action he'd taken since he closed off his heart, even though he tried to forget the terrible things that happened. They caused his heart to tremble. If I make another mistake, I'll be punished again, won't I? What a good boy, Sinbad. Wait. And she just hugs him, and the girl. You kept an eye on the slaves around you. That's the job of a slave leader. How wonderful. That's just like my boy. Huh? What's she doing? His fear of Mater was struck in his mind, or was stuck in his mind. In contrast to his expectations, he was given loving affection. Sinbad was perplexed by these conflicting emotions. Don't let her deceive you. It's a trick. This is just how she does things. Despicably exploiting your heart. Despite this, why? Can't stop crying. Oh, he is crying. Fatima, take care of this child. Yes, Lady Mater. What is he? He's like throwing her down a well? Something? He's like tossing her. So, okay. Wow. Night 71. There's no title for this. Well, I don't wanna. I wanna go home. Papa, Mama. Quit acting up. Be quiet. Darn it. Today's brats aren't listening. As the whip. Move. I'll deal with them. They're crying. Fatima. He stops him. Could you let me handle this? Do what you want. Listen up. You guys are already slaves. Slaves are property. As things. They can be bought and sold. Would no longer have any human rights. So you need to be quiet, behave, and be good children. Huh? Are you listening? You can be good children. There won't be any reason to whip you. If you keep your body unscarred, then you can be bought by someone from a good place. You might even be caught. You might even catch the eye of my master, Lady Mater. You don't want to be hurt even more than you already are, right? Like, they stop. Those slaves are just going to be shipped out. It would be easier to just whip them. No, because they're just going to be shipped out. It wouldn't. If you scar them, that only lowers their market value. There's no reason for us to harm Lady Mater's merchandise based solely on our judgment. It's like switching everything about. Besides, instead of creating slaves that only take orders when they're whipped, it's better to create slaves that can think for themselves. They will be worth more and should be easier to control. Hey, are you saying that my way of doing things is wrong? It's the truth. What the heck did you say? Wonderful. You really thought things through, Sinbad. Just like applauding him. Lady Mater. Seems like the job of head slave suits you. as expected. It was a good idea to leave it to you. Lady Mater, it was me. I taught him everything. I did. Like, walks past him. And embeds both hands. The slaves we send to the marketplace are my children too. Let's adopt your method of helping those children understand their future. Keep doing your best for me, Sinbad. Yes, ma'am. Huh? Lady Mater. Oh, Fatima. You're still here? I didn't notice you. Oh. Give him a cold shoulder. You really are a good boy. I'll come see you again, Sinbad. Everyone, Lady Mater gave us an order. Refrain from using your whip unless it's absolutely necessary. Our job's gotten a lot easier since Sinbad became the head slave. I thought he was a weird guy at first, but he's really got some talent. Oh, he's gripping it. You're kidding me. The head slave is me. The one that Lady Mater trusts more than anyone is me, Fatima. It's because of him. It's like growing vengeful. Miz going down the hall with scrolls. Huh? Mazer, covered in blood. Are you alright? Carrying a big sword? Yeah, he's carrying the big sword. It's all your opponent's blood, huh? Wait a minute. I'll get you cleaned up. Yeah, he's like covered. I heard that since my appearance in the arena. Your matches have gotten more extreme with giant monsters as your opponents, but it's really something. Aren't you tired of it? Huh? Fighting for your life every day, covered in blood, not knowing which of you will survive, and putting all of it on display. You're definitely strong, but you're still a child. Aren't you really tired of doing something like that? Nod. Oh, he is. I see. Well then, I'll ask Lady Mater to see if you can stop being a gladiator. It's all right. If you become Lady Mater's child, I'm sure you can stop right away. Hey, where are you going? Turn away. Do you want to stop being a gladiator? I am a finalist. I'll do the job I'm given. I'll obey orders, but I won't throw away my pride because I'm a proud finalist. Boom. Sim is like hit by it with the glare of his eyes. Finalist. Pride? Ruben's heart. Foo 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 foo. She's like in the bath. Sim has become my child now. It's a blessing for all of us to have become your children, Lady Mater. He must have finally realized that too. The only one left now is Masbar. Forget about that child. Finalists are too strong, both physically and mentally. I haven't been able to get him to open up his heart to me completely. Fortunately, the finalists are a very loyal race. If we have him continue his activities as a gladiator, he shouldn't be a problem. I see. More importantly, kill. Don't sit way over there. Come join me and others. It's like, yes. Lady Mater, like hugging. The greatest talent of the head of the Meridell company was being a slave merchant. On every slave that came through her company on a daily basis, used a certain thing to change the market value and revolutionize the industry. That certain thing she used was maternal love, something that is an inherent part of life. She took ordinary slaves and developed a pseudo-parent-child relationship with them. By doing so, she brought about a certain change in her slaves. Her slaves were able to think for themselves and work hard for Mater's sake. In the slave industry, where it was natural for slaves to be whipped and given orders, Mater's slaves, who served their owners the same way a child would serve a parent, were an innovation. Orders flooded in, and the value of her slaves immediately rose. In order to increase the production of slaves, Mater began to control more and more slaves. Within her organization, she gave certain slaves official positions, which allowed them to develop their abilities and awareness. So, the Merrydale Company became full of members that were predominantly children. So why they were in like blindfolds? Huh? She became a huge success. So much so that Mater, being followed around by beautiful children, became the ideal for wealthy people everywhere. The Merrydale Company reached an unshakable position in the slave industry, and now she has Sinbad in her clutches, a dungeon conqueror, an adventurer, the head of a company, a man who possesses any and every possible talent. Using her maternal love, she brought the abilities of her children to their maximum potential. If Sinbad used all of his powers only for the sake of Mater, just think how much she and her company would be able to achieve. I'm looking forward to his future. What a racket, huh? Excuse me, Lady Mater. The slaves to be shipped out. All of them have escaped. What? How? What is this? There's not a single slave yet. Lady Mater, it's terrible. I don't believe it. I can't believe that guy. I can't believe he'd do something like that. Huh? It's Sinbad. He let all of the slaves here escape. Sinbad? It's true that he was easy on the slaves. I guess it's possible. Like, oh, he's smirking. Wait. Oh, he let him out. Huh? The only ones with the keys to the cells are the head slaves. If it's either him or me, then of course they'll all suspect him. You're not needed. Disappear, Sinbad. Oh, he sent him away. Okay. Night 72. Pride. Sinbad, why did you let all the slaves escape? This is why I was against it, making someone like him a head slave. We trust him, even though he's such a weird guy. And what has he done for us? That's right. He's not fit to be a head slave. He betrayed your trust, Lady Mater. He should be given suitable punishment. Like, look away. That's it. Make more ruckus. Drive him into a corner. Pull him down from his position as head slave. Sinbad. Everyone fails once or twice. I forgive you. Huh? Wait, what? What are you saying? This isn't something that can be forgiven. Oh, Fatima, are you telling me what to do? Of course not. I'm only thinking of you, Lady Mater. Like squeezing his chest. Fatima, what's wrong? She's hugging him. You're shaking so badly. I wonder if there's some reason behind it, huh? I don't want to see my cute little children fighting. The search for the culprit ends here. I'm going to overlook this incident. Like what? Well, Lady Mater said so. She's smirking. Lady Mater, about today's incident. The only ones with the keys to the cells are the head slaves. You and Sinbad are the only two who have your own sets of keys. However, Sinbad is still just an apprentice head slave, so he didn't have his. What? Or did he? After he's done with his work for the day. His keys are returned to me. I didn't tell you that, but that's how it is. It's not what you think, Lady Mater. I've let you serve me for a long time, but this situation has caused quite an uproar. Oh. With things like this, just what are we going to do about it? I'd do anything for you, Lady Mater. Good boy. I thought you'd say that. Huh? She's opening the curtain. The heck? Somebody's on a wheelchair? Huh? This gentleman is Lord Zudias, one of Riam's wealthy merchants. He's one of our company's most important customers. Oh, Lady Mater, are you gonna let me have this boy? Well, that depends on how compatible the two of you are. What are you saying, Lady Mater? I want you to keep this gentleman company tonight. He's a very, very important customer of ours. So you're the only one I can trust with this. You're such a good boy. Surely you can help me, right, Fatima? Yes, Lady Mater. So, what are they gonna do? Spend the night? That's right. No matter what kind of order it may be, I'll follow it. That's all for Lady Mater. Grasp my hand. If it's for Lady Mater. Like, the sparks like extinguishing. The next morning, comes Sinbad with Lady Mater. You were wonderful, Fatima. Our customer was very pleased with you. Oh. Oh, it's naked. It seems he's really taken a liking to you. Huh? It was all for you, Lady Mater. Yes, thanks to you, our business negotiations went smoothly. And that gentleman wants to hire you. What? It looks like you'll be leaving us, Fatima. Congratulations. Huh? Why, I've been such a good boy. So why do I have to leave your side, Lady Mater? Fatima, please, don't cause me trouble. Every child has to leave the nest someday. Now's that time for you. Besides, the only child I could ever let serve such an important customer of ours is you, Fatima. There's no one I can trust this to but you. I mean, isn't that the truth? You're my most reliable child, aren't you? Oh, Lady Mater, please leave this important task to me. Just leave it to me. Your most reliable child. Wait, Fatima. Oh, Sinbad's stopping him. Don't you think it's strange? Let her treat you this way? Being sold off like this? Or being sold off like that? Why are you okay with that? You're the one that's strange. Huh? Lord Zadius is Lady Mater's most important customer. I'll be serving him. Oh, he got twisted. It's an important responsibility to serve Lady Mater's most valued customer. There's nothing better than this. I'm amazing. I'm loved. Much, much more than someone like you. I was acknowledged by Lady Mater. I'm the most remarkable. Just gets carted off. Mesmer's like undoing the gate. Again, those eyes are urging me to do something. Pride. I'm a fanalist. I'm a fanalist. But I can't throw away my pride. You're the strange one. I was acknowledged by Lady Mater. I'm the most remarkable. There's nothing better than this. Punches art. Is that what it looks like when someone has thrown away his pride? Then what about me? Have I? It's like everything's coming back to him. In order to stay alive, I completely blocked off both my feelings and my memories. I pretended not to see anything. Just what am I doing? The things I'm throwing away, the things I've forgotten. Huh? You found it, didn't you? Huh? Something only you can do. Then go out and do it. Mom, give him the sword. The place you need to be isn't here, is it? Do your best for me. Remember his mom. I've been such an idiot. The answer has always been right here. Boom. Thanks, Mother. Like laying off the rock. Grasping hands. Ezra's like, what? Does he know what's happening? Night 73. One hand of the counterattack. Just what have I been doing? We were deceived by our plan and trapped by our investment. I lost the match. I became a slave. In order to protect myself, I succumbed to Mater's brainwashing and became one of her accomplices. How deplorable. Everything went just as that woman has planned. Despite that, I still naively believed it would all turn out okay somehow. I self-conceit. That's what led me here. What made me think I'll build a country? What made me think I'm special? Now that I've fallen this far, there's no way that will happen. A slave is just a slave after all. In the end, I'll end up being treated as a possession, just like Fatima. It's not. It will turn out okay somehow. If I don't take action myself, I will never escape the life of slavery. I can't just rely on Jafar and the others to help me. I'll do it myself. That coming to Mesmer? Are you okay? Have you been feeling unwell since yesterday? Hey, Mesmer. I need to talk to you. Huh? You have a minute, Lady Mater? What is it, Kill? It's about our guests today. There's really no need for you to bother to meet with people like them. You worry too much. What could they possibly do now? At the very least, it should be entertaining, right? Huh? Okay. It'll be interesting to see how that company is dealing with things after the leader became a slave. Oh, welcome to Marydale Company. Oh, they're smirking. Miss Rurumu of Syndria Trading Company. You're the new head of the company. Something wrong? No, it's just... I've never seen anything like you before. After all, I've never received anyone from Amachak in any of my shipments before. Uh-oh. And, Jafar's like coming up, and she's like stopping him. Huh? It's the first time I've seen someone from Amachak. Or this is the first time you've seen someone from Amachak? We are strong, giant, and excellent swimmers. I'm sure if you used us as slaves, we would certainly be useful. Selling your people as slaves? If you haven't made any other deals, please consider going through our Syndria Trading Company. If you need someone to negotiate a deal with Amachak, leave it up to me. Smiling. Huh? I apologize for making you say something so demeaning about your own people. I was just testing you. Huh? You passed. If it's with you, Miss Rurumu, it seems we can forget about the past and move forward to a more profitable relationship. Lady Mater, that's exactly the reason we are here today. The truth is, we came here to borrow your knowledge as the head of one of the leading companies of Reunion. What nonsense. My company and yours deal in completely different types of merchandise. Yes, but that's why we want your advice. Ever since we took over as the new heads of the company, we've been waiting to take on new sorts of business. Oh, Jafar's like speaking. In order to get an introduction to the slave trade, we thought it would be best to get help from someone knowledgeable in that area, like you, Lady Mater. Actually, I wonder if you are telling me the truth. I just can't believe this sudden change. And you shouldn't. We happen to have some information that no one has. More of a reason not to believe you. There's no way that Marydale Company wouldn't be the first to hear of any information regarding our line of business. Of course. We only know this information because of our close friendship with other companies. That's the only reason we were entrusted with such a secret. Here's your proof. We can't show you here. And I was thinking you had some guts. What a disappointment. Do you even want to make a deal? Please, wait. It's an invitation. In 3 days, we'll be holding an event to celebrate the rebirth of Syndria Trading Company. At this celebration, we will be making a big announcement about a new project. It does not matter. There's no reason for me to attend. Really? Leaves it on the ground or on the table. With all due respect, let me say this once more. If what you're saying is the truth, it's the chance to do business on a scale that could change the world market. But alone, we don't have the know-how to pull off. That's why we're asking for your help as a specialist in that area. I understand that you can't trust us. However, this is a chance for both companies to reap an enormous profit. You can't just ignore a business opportunity like this. You're gonna accept? They really like just move on from Sinbad? Just like that? You can get your proof if you come to our renewal celebration. And you can judge our authenticity with your own 2 eyes. It's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. With all your wisdom, Lady Mater, what will you do? The answer is obvious, isn't it? Kill. Yes, ma'am. In 3 days. I'll be going to Napolia. So make the necessary adjustments to my schedule. Don't misunderstand me, Miss Rurumu. I'm a businesswoman above all else. If I find your proof lacking, I won't stick around for long. Not a problem. We'll show you a celebration sure to gain your approval. I'll be looking forward to it in 3 days. I'm just like, okay, we're back at Sinbad. Hey, everyone. Thanks for coming. I've used my authority as a head slave to keep all of the adults out of this room for now. Children, there's something I'd like to talk to you all. There's something I'd like to talk to all of you about. We must step back and reevaluate our positions. We're slaves, and as slaves, we can't ever be anything more or less than that. In other words, Mater will never really love you. Always like breaking or like brainwashing. Like if they believe that, they won't be like succumbed. Night 74. Promise Cup. Napoleon. Celebration Hall. Okay. So this is a renewal celebration for the new Syndra Trading Company, huh? Oh, they have such a large venue. Amachok people. I'm a diplomat from Amachok. Imsiska. Pleased to make your acquaintance. I'm a diplomat from Armeria. Amachok, Susan, Armeria. Small but powerful countries. The diplomats of those countries are all gathered here. What's the meaning of this? If it was just Amachok, I understand. But why in the world are the other two here? They made her. How stupid. She's like going away? This must be what they wanted me to see. They think this is proof of that talk we had. What a disappointment. She's like leaving. Somebody about to announce something. Oh, Jafar. Welcome to our renewal celebration. Now, the head of our company, Miss Ruru, will give you her greetings. Thank you all for coming here today. Our company was initially founded Amachok as our main trading partner. Then throughout our journeys, we were blessed with the support of Susan and Almeria. However, the new Syndra Trading Company will be even more than that. We're looking forward to new prospects, and we'll be taking on new kinds of business. Please allow me to introduce someone who has helped guide our company since its establishment. Syndra Trading Company's greatest benefactor. This gentleman, the King of Balbad, King Rashid. Like what? Just what does the meaning of this? I know that man. I've often seen his figure in the conferences held in Riyam. That person is a genuine king. So why is a person like that here? Now that it has been reborn, Syndra Trading Company will develop a new system with Balbad as the basis. We'll take on new businesses, develop new business circles, just like we had already told all of you here today. If we succeed, we may be able to change the world market with our own hands. We will dominate the 7 seas and become the first company to do so. To the future of Syndra Trading Company. Cheers! Yeah! Everyone's raising the cups. I can't believe it. Balbad, moreover, the King of Balbad is personally involved. There's no question about it. In other words, the proposal they made to me is, so you're saying that Syndra Trading Company is looking to enter the slave trade. Wait a minute. Are you running a multinational company that deals in goods produced in Amachok, aren't you? Isn't it a bit strange for you to suddenly talk about dealing with slaves? Yes, and it makes sense for you to think that. This is only between us, but the truth is, we've received a confidential request from another country. His maritime country is planning to introduce the concept of slavery in the near future. He's looking to guarantee an immediate supply of slaves. A maritime country? You mean the Kingdom of Balbad? Balbad is planning to start utilizing slaves? If that actually happened, even if they were dealing with me, it would be a huge deal. It really would change the market, yes. There's no way we can miss out on such a huge opportunity. So no matter what it takes, We want to end the slave trade, but alone. We don't have the connections or the know-how to deal in slaves. And that's why we wish to team up with Marydale Company, which is excellent at dealing in slaves. Together, we can be a huge success. Huh. I wonder, are you telling me the truth? I just can't believe this. I just can't believe this sudden change. It's unexpected, isn't it? I mean, this is such big news. Isn't it strange that no word of it has reached my company? Of course. We only know this information because of the friendship we built up with this company. This is a confidential request. Where's your proof? We can't show you here. I can't believe it. I have no choice but to believe it. The close ties between Balbad and Sinbad Trading Company are real. Like, really? Your Majesty. Just what do you think you're doing, huh? It was decided that as long as you're here in Riem, you can't do anything to help him. He's not. He's just showing up. Exactly. I haven't said or done anything to help them. That's right. The only thing I did was have a cup of tea with a friend. So let's talk. How will Marydale Company and Sinbad Trading Company move forward with our new transaction? So they're actually like putting a con on with them? Night 75. Each is prediction. Well then, that wraps up all the details of the contract between the Marydale Company and the new Sinbad Trading Company. Is there anything you feel uncertain about? Well, there is one thing. Gathering 1,000 slaves in the short time before the deadline is a difficult task even for someone like me. I can't fulfill this contract, just as we expected. I understand what you're saying, but our client is a great maritime nation. They don't have at least that many slaves to get things started. No matter how many times you say that, it doesn't change anything. If I can't physically supply that many, it's just impossible. Well, how about trying this? Our new Sinbad Trading Company will take on the responsibility of gathering the 1,000 slaves. You will. Just how would you? Oh, did you forget? We currently have access to Amachok, Susan, and Armeria. 3 companies still untouched by the slave trade. Gathering slaves should not be that difficult. They're all races that have never turned up in the slave market in the market before. So I think they ought to be worth quite a lot, right? That's very true, but slaves aren't the same as the goods you're used to trading. I wonder if you can really handle this industry. Of course. We swear on the reputation of the new Sinbad Trading Company. I see. Fine. Alright. This is the contract giving us the responsibility for buying all the necessary slaves. What's this? You never said anything about this amount of money involved. There will be fees in order to travel by ship to foreign lands, to search for and transport slaves, as well as fees for the maintenance of those 1,000 slaves. It will take a huge amount of money to accomplish it. Moreover, compared to your company, our new Sinbad Trading Company is very small. If we can't get this much paid in advance, we won't be able to move forward with this plan. So that's why you're asking for this ridiculous amount. And all up front, this is more than even what my assets can handle. This is no joke. Crumple the paper. There's no use in discussing this in further. You and your company are still too new for this. They admit it. Where are you going? She's like walking up. This is bad. We have come so far. You're wrong. This is. Please, wait a minute. There's something else I need to tell you. Currently, there's a major conference going on in Romano. On the final day, the contents of the discussion held throughout the conference will be made public. That announcement ceremony will be held in 7 days. At that time, the king of that country will be formally announcing his decision to implement slavery. You understand as well as I do what kind of situation that will become. Like, oh, Baba will formally announce its decision about slavery. If that happens, then all of the slave traders will start buying up all the slaves available in the market. Moreover, the customer is the country, or is a country. He can pay out as much money as needed. The value of slaves will increase tremendously in a single instant. Okay. Before the announcement, slaves can be bought at a relatively cheap price. Once the announcement is made, the value of those slaves will drastically increase, and all the money spent in advance will become a huge asset. Of course, the money must be paid once the announcement is made. This new leader, Rumu, he planned ahead and had ideas to deal with even this situation. I thought she was a woman who would do fairly well, but she exceeded my expectations. Not bad. Alright. Boom. She pounds on the table. Give me that contract. I'll sign it. Okay. I didn't think she's gonna be like up the creek. I thought if it was you, Lady Mater, you'd be able to come to an agreement. Strange, isn't it? This is a deal I never would have believed if I hadn't seen King Rashid with my own eyes. Yes, none of us were sure how things would turn out. Things are going to get busy. I'll have to put my head slave to work to help me. And Sinbad still, Sinbad, what are you saying? There's no way that's true. It's not true that that Mater doesn't love you. Lady Mater doesn't love us. That's right. If you can say something like that, you're not one of us, aren't you? One of Mother's children anymore? Fatima was shipped out this morning, huh? Just as you all know, he devoted himself to his role as head slave. He respected Mater and was an excellent child, but in the end, even he was shipped out. That's just natural, because we are all Lady Mater's children. You don't call something like that a child. It's a slave. You're not Mater's real children, are you? You're taken care of as merchandise, bought and sold. You'll be treated as a commodity until you die. You're nothing like real children. You're only slaves. There's no love for someone in your position. Like they're all losing hope. Quivering. Understand. I felt the same way that you do now. The truth is that somewhere, deep in your heart, you've always known the truth. Mater is not your own mother. Despite that, you wanted to feel close to someone, to be needed by someone, so you devoted yourself to someone that gave you a place to be. That's true, isn't it? But let's stop clinging to a lie. Remember the world outside of these walls. Outside, there weren't any cells or chains, right? Outside, you weren't slaves, and you lived as human beings. It's a free world, where you're not bound by anyone. In that world, there's a chance for you to be whatever it is that you want to be. But there are people who want to take that away from you. Your future is being stolen from you by that false mother. We can't allow her inhumane acts to go unpunished. The grip in their chest. That's why we must take action now, to free ourselves from slavery, take back our freedom. Boom. Like shaking the core. Night 76. Contract. Like coming in. Lady Mater, our leader has returned. How are your business negotiations? Wonderful. I want you to call the others here immediately. Sinbad here? Yes, I'm right here. It's going to get busy from now on. Busy from now on. I'm going to have to collect slaves from other slave traders. In addition, we're not going to send out any of the slaves we have currently. I'm leaving you in charge of all of them. That's quite an abrupt change. Yes, the circumstances have changed. Things are going to be interesting. Oof, oof, oof. Huh? I'll be going around with Lady Mater to send her my support. We'll leave this place to you. Really? Leave it. Yeah. Please leave it to me. All the children behind. Boom. He's like causing an army. Romano. Grand Lecture Hall. People of Romano, your conference have come to end. Or our conference has come to end. Today we will present the minutes of the conference to all of you, our constituents. First item on the agenda is, during this meeting, they will announce Balbad's decision to adopt slavery. During the past few days, I've done my best to gather as much of my own merchandise as possible. Sinbad Trading Company fulfills their part of the deal with 1,000 more. They'll be worth an enormous amount of money. Announcements in the announcement in Romano have started, huh? Who's looking around? How's the final item? This concludes all the public announcements. Huh? How surprising. They hold such major meetings during this time, so I thought that various topics would come up, but she's like gripping her hands. As far as the emerging nations in the east are concerned, Reem has just decided to wait and see what happens. Who cares about that? What's the meaning of this? What the heck is the meaning of this? Wait a minute, please, huh? Don't I have something less to announce? Particularly something about the Kingdom of Balbad? No, that's everything recorded in our minutes. That's a lie. That can't be true. Because I know what was decided. Why are you announcing Balbad's decision to adopt slavery? Huh? Please calm down. We have no record of such information. Is that really true, King of Balbad? Like in there. No one says anything. What are you talking about? I don't know anything about that. I don't know anything about it. It's true that there are other countries that have thought about adopting slavery, but while the capital of Balbad is located on the continent, most of the country is made up of hundreds of islands, both large and small. So while it works well for a great empire like Reem to introduce something like slavery in my country, to introduce something like slavery in my country is something we simply cannot do. It can't be. But that time you were. Excuse me, man, but you're not acquaintance of mine? Or you're no acquaintance of mine. I've never spoken with you before, so why has this topic even come up? Have you misunderstood something? Balbad never made such a decision. With that, our meeting has concluded. We're finished. It's like everyone's going up. The Merridale Company sure stirs up trouble. Slaves. That's all they ever talk. That's all they ever think about. So that's how it is. Like, she grinned. That's right. I never received any sort of promise directly from King Rashad. At that reception, King Rashid never actually said anything. He was there having tea. I never would have believed that Balbad would start buying slaves, but when I saw him standing up there on the stage, I believed it, but it was all just my own assumption. I've been had. You tricked me, Sinbad Trading Company. Everything about Balbad adopting slavery was a lie, wasn't it? Explain yourselves. My. You came here by carriage all the way from Mono. Is something the matter? Like, you're faint ignorance. Just what are you going to do? I've already made all my preparations for shipping out slaves to Balbad. It was all for nothing. Even if you say that, we're also in trouble. We only just heard the news, so I guess now, despite all of our planning, we're back at square one, aren't we? Darn. It was such a good business opportunity too. What a shame. It was a decision made by a whole country. There's really nothing a little country like ours can do, right? And we already began our own preparations to meet their demands. The 1,000 slaves requested by Merrydale Company. All the money for our preparations has to be paid today, whether this country chooses to adopt slavery or not. That was our contract. For a merchant, a contract is everything. Isn't that how it is, Lady Mater? She's like, it's broken. Boom, taken back. Night 77. Unrest. Lady Mater, please pay us. For all 1,000 slaves. What are you saying? Everything you told me about Babad adopting slavery was a lie. And now you're telling me I have to pay? You must be joking. Even if you say so, I have a contract right here. Whether Babad adopts slavery or not, you must pay what is required by this contract. After all, you did exactly the same thing before, didn't you? The investment you offered to our company wasn't it the same? According to the contract, there's no issue. Huh? If you wish to nullify this, then you must also nullify your past actions. So we'll have you pay what you promised. This upstart company, everything was arranged for this purpose. King Rashad, the grand reception, all of it was set up to make me fall into your trap. Of course not. There's no way we could arrange something on such a large scale for the sole purpose of deceiving you. The fact that we're taking on new business opportunities is true. The truth is, after all of this, we have plans to move the main branch of our company to Balbad in order to increase our trading territory. We invited all those involved to our company to that reception to celebrate the news with us. We also invited King Rashid, but as he is a very busy and important person, he couldn't stay long. However, no one said even a single word about slavery at any time during the reception, did they? I'm sure you must have somehow misunderstood what was going on under the circumstances. But that kind of excuse won't work. Huh? As a merchant, this contract is everything. Please pay up right now. Oh, shut up. If it was something I could pay, I would have paid already. But I can't do that. That amount exceeds the funds that Merrydale Company is able to move. Just what am I supposed to do? You look troubled, Lady Mater. Huh? It's written in the contract as well, but in the event that you are unable to pay with cash, you seem to have forgotten, so let me read it out to you. Merrydale Company. Lady Mater, we're in trouble. The company funds have been reduced to practically nothing. Did something happen? Lady Mater, she's like coming in. Lady Mater, shut up. I already know that. There's no need for you to tell me. Lady Mater. Welcome home, Lady Mater. So they're all nervous. We have something we want to ask you, Lady Mater. Lady Mater, how do you really feel about, She's like grabbing off. Bringing all the slaves here. We have to sell all of them for cash as soon as possible. Oh. No, let go of me. Be quiet and behave. Can you listen to what your mother tells you? Oh, he was right after all. Lady Mater doesn't really love us at all. We're just objects to her, after all. Just what did you? He runs away. All the kids are like, distant. You. Why are y'all looking at me like that? Lady Mater, this way. You mustn't provoke them. Come this way right now. Got her safety. My brainwashing has worn off, but that's never happened before now. So why? It's a slave rebellion, It happened while you were gone, Lady Mater. Ever since you sold off Fatima, there has been a faction of slaves that have started to harbor suspicions. I did my best to get the situation under control, but it was difficult. With you gone, Lady Mater. Whether it was good or bad, Fatima stood out. He must have had an influence on some of the other slaves. I was too careless. I never realized that before. That's all their fault. All their fault too. I've been yanked around by all of this fake business. Their fault. It's alright. This boy is still under the influence of my brainwashing. Cinder Trading Company, huh? That's right. They told me that they were starting up a new company. It tricked me. Huh? Thanks to them, I'm on the edge of bankruptcy. Moreover, of all things, in the event that you can't pay the full amount in cash, you can substitute company property to make up the amount still owed. Company property. In other words, your land, your business, your buildings, or the slaves that you trade as goods. So, if you don't have the cash, how about substituting your company's most valuable slave, Sinbad? Oh, what? These people, they thought through all of this and came up with this plan, just to get Sinbad back, using the same methods I used. I have to accept it this time. I lost. I lost to them in business. I lost my business, property, and even you. I'm sorry, Sinbad. It's okay. I'm your child, so even I have to leave. It's okay? Wait. My feelings for you won't change. I'll definitely return someday. Ah, you really are a good boy. I'll never rebuild my company and buy you back. Ah, and I can't stand that. And I can't stand that their ship will be here tomorrow. Like, huh? Coming in? Coming so far? We finally made it this far. Please wait for us in bed. It's like smirking. Sinbad's like broken free already. Night 78. Beacon of Rebellion. Rio Venus Island Seaport. And cuffed his chains. Please hand over the Merrydale Company property, the slaves as agreed upon in the contract. Sinbad's coming, all bound. Welcome back, Sin. Jafar, I'm back. I'll excuse myself. Thanks to you, I've got a lot to do, so I'll be going. Sinbad. And then, in the end, he became my child completely. Even if he's separated from me, it shouldn't be an issue. More importantly, what I've already decided to do now is rebuild my company. I must hurry up and sell off all those slaves involved in the rebellion and make some cash. Come here, my cute little children. I want to speak with you. Huh? What was up with Mater? She had to give up Sinbad, or she had to give up Sin. She didn't seem upset at all. Why? Don't worry, Jafar. Mater brainwashes her slaves, and once they're under her control, she uses that to manipulate them. That woman still thinks I'm under the influence of that brainwashing. Unfortunately for her, I've already come to my senses. And that's just the beginning. Takes off his bracelets. Because soon we'll be able to see the last of that woman. The last. Huh? Sin. Have you done something? I left something behind. Mesmer's in the gladiator arena with his big sword. A tiny, tiny ember that will engulf everything in flame. Kill, 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 lion. Kill, kill, huh? Come out. You shouldn't be in place like this. You're the same kind of beast as me. What are you doing? Destroying the cages of the animals for the arena right before a match. You lowly slave. Oh, they're going in. He cuts off their hats. I'm not a slave. Huh? I'm proud Fenris. Fenris, yeah. Boom. Cuts the bars up for the gate. I won't hold back because I was told to show my true power. Huh? You will let us through. They're all coming, like revolting. Mesmer, I need to talk to you. I'm thinking about freeing all the slaves here. Huh? Don't you think it's strange? You're Fenris. Or Fenris. Fenris? I'm saying this wrong. Fenris. Your race isn't a race of slaves. And it's not like you became a slave by choice. Isn't your position as a slave something that was decided by someone else? So why do you have to go along with it? More importantly, you are strong. In our sword match, you followed Mater's orders and went easy on me. Have you ever fought something using your real strength? You haven't, have you? Just how long do you plan to keep holding yourself back? Choose the world that you live in. As long as you stay here, you may be a finalist, but you're still only a slave. No matter how much pride you have, if you can't change your current position and only make excuses, it's the same as doing nothing. You aren't the kind of person they can shut up in a cage like this. That's right, isn't it, Mesmer? Mesmer? Why do you want to tell me this? I came to my senses thanks to you. But even more importantly, I can tell that you're someone that can make that choice. I'll get you out of here. Let's go to the outside world together. I'll get you out of here. Boom, he just shouted. Boom. Looks like he has a stand now. In order to do that, I need your help, Mazur. Use your true strength to confine the guards. At the same time, I'll agitate the slaves inside to stir up the rebellion. You'll be the spark that sets off the rebellion. He's coming. What? What the heck is going on here? She's like, it's cracking. Night 79. Unclear hands. They're like being pushed back. Guards are trying to push back the slaves. Lady Mater, the slaves have armed themselves, and they're rebelling. All the slaves kept as gladiators in the arena. And all the high-class slaves here in the headquarters are rebelling simultaneously. They're completely out of control. The gladiators, Those are weapons from the arena. Even though I left them in the hands of the children I could trust. Did those children betray me too? Darn it, those brats, like, coming out of them swords. This isn't good. Those children are merchandise. If you scar them in any way, we won't be able to sell. They're like getting cut down. Boom. They go brutally go through the guy's neck. Mater. How dare you turn us all into slaves? We won't forgive you. Someone like you shouldn't be a mother. Stop this right now, children. All of you need to be good children. Shut up. We're going to take back our freedom. Because a life bound by someone else is wrong. Sinbad, toss that. They made it. Watch out. Did he say Sinbad? Let go. Oh. Oh, the Colosseums in like flames. Arena and the headquarters of the Merrydale Company are. What in the world is happening over there? I did it. No. I convinced the slaves to. It's a slave rebellion. They're butchering the guards. You probably don't know this, but Mater has collected slaves that are still children and utilized the idea of motherly love to brainwash them. In order to snap them out of it, I had to make them realize something. Despair. I made them face the harsh reality of their life as slaves. They despaired, and then I gave their broken hearts a bright dream of the future and freedom to bring them back and give them hope. The children who have adored Mater started to trust me instead. It was probably thanks to the fact that I was a slave too. It was easy after that. I filled their minds with ideas that encouraged their resentment of Mater. And I prepared all the slaves, both the children and the gladiators, to start a rebellion when I gave the signal, or when I give the signal. In other words, you brainwash them, manipulate them to benefit yourself, and use them as your own pawns, exactly like how Mater had brainwashed them for her purpose. If that's the case, then you should understand. The local infrastructure within Riem is supported by the institution of slavery. So a slave rebellion is unforgivable. Unforgivable. They're gonna like hang them. Even if it's a rebellion led by children, there will be a price to pay. The fate of all rebels is the death penalty. Rio Venus Island is a special administrative district. There will be limited help. Ream's national armed forces won't be able to interfere. That means the private armed guards of the Meriadale Company will try to suppress the rebellion as quickly as possible. I know that, all of it. That's why I'll settle this myself. Take responsibility for all of it. My metal vessels. You brought them, didn't you, Jafar? He just flies off. Sin. Will you be able to take on that responsibility? He turned into a dragon. Yeah, he's turned into a dragon, kind of. Where's Mater? Get her. Darn it. What annoying brats. Like stuck in a room. Just why do they think I've raised them up until now? I won't forgive them. I won't forgive them for forgetting the gratitude that they owe me. They made her. They're going to find us. Please hurry. Come back. You go now. The ship might still be in the harbor. Kill. Pull yourself together. The last slave I could use is kill. Huh? It's too late. Huh? Sinbad. Like knocked out. You. How dare you show yourself in front of me? You traitor. I'm not betraying you. I no longer belong to you. Have you forgotten? Shut up. I know that you manipulated my children and caused this rebellion. Manipulated? What are you saying? I just followed your example and did the same thing you did. It was easy. Even without motherly love. It's simple to control a heart drowning in misery. They won't listen to anyone but me now, will they? You know how effective such methods are, better than anyone. It's like, so, Lady Mater, let's move on to our final negotiation. Will you die here, or will you give up everything and run away with only your misery? Choose. Her eyes like, no. Oh, they just had switched the colors. Knight 80, Traitor. Like brought all the Meriadale Company's land, as well as any structures on that land, will be handed over. The commerce rights of the Special Administrative District of Rio Venus Island will be transferred. XXX will be transferred. All of the rights of Meriadale Company, triangle, will be transferred. Like, oh, it's like she's signing them. Will be transferred to Sinbad, and finally, sign this document to relinquish the ownership of all your slaves. Huh? It's like shaking. Now everything you owed Now everything you owed belongs to me, and as of today, all slaves here are free. They're like, whoa! That stops rebellion. Wait, did she get cut? Like, bleeding, yeah. So she's the only one left. Now all your slaves have been freed. There's no one left to protect you. Hurry up and leave. Oh. Kill's dead. Okay. Like crawling out. Crying. Everything I worked so hard to create has been destroyed. Anything and everything was exactly the way I wanted it to be. And I thought that was just natural, but it was all taken away by that man. What should I do now? Do I have to start over from the bottom up? Don't be ridiculous. What good was my business and all my slaves? And then they weren't worth trash. I'm different. I don't need such things. I'm someone who is meant to stand above others. A world where everyone bows down before me. That's the world I want to create. Like, enough. Lay off darkness. I don't need a world that won't acknowledge my superiority. Or make the world so that I can be treated how I should be. I will. I'm killing off the bodies. They're dead. All killed. We killed adults, and they killed so many of us. So many. We're finally free, but why did it have to turn out like this? I'll fight for your freedom. Don't cry, you guys. In order to grasp the future, they fought with determination and regrettably lost their lives. If those of us, if those of us who are left don't carry on to fulfill their wishes, then who will? We have to live on for our sake. I'll gather around him. Is that disdain I see? For what? For all this? I was just manipulating all those kids. I was just manipulating all those kids, or all those children. They're like burning the bodies. I knew this would happen if I caused a rebellion. They're mostly just kids. I knew there would be victims, and that I was sending some children to their deaths, but I still encouraged it. It's ironic, isn't it? A man who hates everything unreasonable. A man who hates everything unreasonable in the world, and wants to create his own country in order to stop future wars, has used the weak to suit his own purposes and stolen all the power that he could. To have used the same tactics as Mater and even Pathurvia. In the end, I'm no different from them. For my own sake, I'm willing to use someone, even if it costs them their lives, for their life. That makes me the worst kind of person. You're disappointed, aren't you? That such an insightfully corrupt person thinks that he can change the world. It all seems laughable, doesn't it? You said that it might happen someday. If you disappoint me, I'll kill you. I guess it turned out like that, huh? As I am now, I have no right to say anything about it. Only just deck Sinbad. No. Huh? This isn't a joke, Sinbad. Huh? Sim's like down. Is he gonna fight Sinbad? Is he going for murder? Or does he understand like what Sinbad did? So that is the end of volume 9. Wow. So Sinbad is finally free. I think, yeah, he's finally free, and he has all of the country. Freed all the slaves. Has the land, the buildings, all the rights to distribute. What are your thoughts about this? If you're reading along with me, or if you're caught up, and just check this out. And you made it this far. Well, if you haven't already, subscribe, like, comment, leave any suggestions or recommendations down below, and have a good rest of the day.